So here's my at games, flip it over here, my Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player. Let's get to page one here. There's 10 games per page, and there's 85 games in total. And this is actually been a nice little item here. If you watched my last video, which had my Atari one, you'll find that it's pretty much the same shell. You have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. You have your on-off switch here. You have your AV out here, USB charger, SD card. I didn't do this in the last video, but there is no games on here, but we'll throw it in there just for reference reasons. There we go. So it's a full-size one. I know those are kind of rare. We're all kind of used to the little guys now. But then you have your volume up here. And then you got your 6 buttons here. So we're like on here, you had your fire and your difficulties and pause and stop and stuff like this. This actually gives you the 6-button arcade layout that I always liked about the Genesis, and a good feeling controller, very responsive. Then you have your menu here, your start pause. So example here, let's do Splatterhouse, which, God, I love this game. Such a good game when it first came out. So we'll see if we can get through here a bit. There you go, press start button, start, and you will see, I love the fact that it looks like Friday the 13th is going on here, but yeah, it's, whoops, helps if I hit the right button. And I'm playing through the camera, so that's not always the best either, but yeah, response is good, feels good. All those guys always get me if you don't get them in the sky. But yeah, I highly recommend not falling in this hole and dying. But yeah, if I hit the menu here, that'll take me back out. And you'll see it has a lot of stuff. Chikan, that's a hard game. Columns, that was a great Game Gear game. Comic Zone, such a tough game. Didn't even know about this game really until I was actually an adult. Really good. Crackdown, I'm curious to play that just because I play today's Crackdown, which is completely a different game. But yeah, was there Altered Beast on here? That was a classic. I remember playing in the arcade, and it came with one of the versions of the Sega Genesis. Dr. Robotnik's Golden Axes, some Fantasy Stars, Kid Chameleon, Shadow Dancer, Shinobi 3, bunch of Sonics, Virtual Fighter 2. I mean, there's a lot of good games on here. This is in a Target, like right now it's at like $49.99, $50 we'll say. Under $50, $49.99. But there's a lot of good games on here, and that was actually kind of not such a good page. But overall, most of them have something on it. Mortal Kombat, I don't know if you saw that. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Pac Panic. Yeah, never was a fan of that game. Splatterhouse 2, which I had going, that's awesome. And then you got the SD card here where you can actually put games on. There's a lot of guides on that online. But yeah, overall, this is actually a pretty good unit. Battery lasts a really long time. I've been happy. I can't tell you the last time I actually recharged this thing. There is one difference over the Atari one. You'll see the battery compartment's actually removable. I haven't had to take it out or replace anything yet, but this one here you'll see is a solid back. Even though there are screw holes in here, I'd be curious to see what's under there. And who knows, maybe someday I will take one of these apart. But yeah, other than that, $50, you gotta make your own call. I mean, games nowadays, they're like $60, but of course, a lot more graphic intense storyline stuff like that. But older game, I mean, you gotta figure if you can find 6 games on here, or 5 games on here, that's $10 a game. If you can find 10 games on here, and it just keeps going down from there. So overall, it would be worth it. But always looking for a sale on anything, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, I would suggest this. I do like it. Actually, quite fun to play and easy to just throw in the pocket and enjoy. other than that, yeah, hope you liked the video. Thanks.